You are a filthy, stanky little twat. All right, I can't say that either. What's going on? What time is it? We'll cut to commercial. Okay, you stay right there, you fucking bitch. We'll be right back.
The Antisocial Hour with Adam Ray.
So, like I was saying, a hooker with a side hustle,
right.
which I believe was a Shel Silverstein poem. No,
Back when he was still at the mansion, yeah, of course.
Like when the first strip club I ever went to was in high school, and was 18. I just turned 18, and my buddy was 17, but Filipino, and just like wore his hoodie and carried himself in a way that made him feel 18.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so says the hooker who blew him. No, no, he.
I thought he was.
No, he was. He definitely just had a swagger to him, and it. I mean, even convinced me. Like, but I remember, being naive and just being there, definitely out of your element, where you're walking into a place. Almost the same way when I first walked into
you felt out of your element in a strip club?
Well, for the first time.
Okay, I was going to say, because now you look like you might live in one.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, or own one. Yeah. That too.
No, I'm saying when you go for the first time and you're just like, you haven't been around that type of environment. Yeah, you're just
wide-eyed.
It's like the first time you go to a pot shop and you're just like, I remember the first time I walked in and I go, in the weed shop that opened around the corner from me in L.A., and I took a big whiff, and everyone looked at me, and I was like, smells like weed in here. and every one of the stores was like, this guy definitely doesn't need to be here right now. Like, you're making it weird, like, obviously. So
right. You're equivalent customer service.
Yeah, so as equivalent to the strip club, my buddy and I were definitely like head nodding to a lot of girls.
Yeah, right.
Like, hey, what are those titties? Obviously, like, I know where we are.
A lot of chicks,
yeah.
Wow.
And so, but I remember talking to a couple, like, pretty candidly, and they had a lot more going on than I anticipated.
Really?
Right? Yeah. And so,
okay.
Just to piggyback on the side hustle sentiment, like they and Sentiment was her name. They I'm gonna leave on that.
That's
what was her name, by the way? Was it Vanilla or it was something very stereotypical?
All right.
Candy.
Cinnamon?
That's what it was.
Oh, Candy.
Candy.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Great name.
Definitely.
Backed it up. And what was it she was doing? It was like, once she started talking about, again, when I was like, so what, is this your only thing? Or like, just a dumb 18-year-old, like, do you just make guys come? Or do you what else do you do? Do you have hobbies? And she then broke it down and was very articulate and, no, well, I just do this Friday, Saturdays because the money's good and people come out. But Tuesday through Thursday, I'm actually in class right now. I'm going to get my GED and then my PhD, my BFT, my BLT, my just and started naming all these things. And I was
all the acronyms,
all the acronyms. And I was like, holy shit! And I walked away definitely with a fresh perspective on that world because I don't know. You watch striptease or even just the way they're portrayed. I don't even remember the first cartoon or movie where. Definitely not cartoon. Remember that one DuckTales episode where Scrooge jumped into pussy instead of a vault? No, but
I think that was Space Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam. Yeah. Which, by the way, they just downgraded the
Lola
sexiness.
Bunny.
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
That's a bummer.
She's kind of like flat ass now.
I didn't see that. I didn't go into it that much.
Okay. Well, I mean, I did my research.
I like she had a bigger ass, bigger bunny ass. That's actually LeBron's great, but the bunny ass has gotten smaller. But that is, I guess I don't know who complained on that one.
What do you mean? Oh, the Lola Bunny, cancel Lola Bunny?
Yeah, just that it should be, and I don't even remember her being, overwhelmingly attractive in the original.
Oh, dude, what? No, she was super hot.
Well, I always think of when I think of cartoon sex appeal. Immediately I go to immediately I jerk off to I think of Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
Of course.
And so anything so Lola Bunny, I was like, yeah, cool, like fun, sporty, hot bunny chick, but
maybe
not
bisexual. I mean, that's
who knows, yeah. But so who said that they need to tone that down? Probably the same people that were like, we got to get rid of Seuss.
Yeah, definitely.
Or
LeBron's
wife. She was like, I just don't want him looking at that all day.
Hilarious. Yeah, can't trust him. Can't trust an NBA player.
Yeah. Can't trust that hairline. You know what I'm saying?
That he's acting with her. That's funny. That's really funny.
Thank you. Yeah. I'll be here all week.
Yeah. Oh, damn
good
it.
shit.
The potato head thing.
Oh, I saw that.
And I don't really have too much of a take on it other than, I don't know. I just feel like if you have time to worry about certain things, I just question the the quality of your life.
Well, did they come after Hasbro for that, or did Hasbro like kind of jump the gun? Like, yo, before anyone says anything,
almost the way I think some like some actors had to get pushed out of voicing roles, like white actors that were voicing like black
like
or
Big Mouth?
Hispanic.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
What's that girl's name? Jenny
Slate.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a handful of examples for that, but yeah, maybe. Because some of those networks definitely got ahead of it by being like, "We replaced. Don't worry, we got an actual Latino guy to do it, and not a tiny little Jewish kid." And like, yeah, that wasn't a problem. I was actually sleeping. You woke me up with that. Like, I was fine. I didn't give a shit. And even with Mr. Potato Head or Mrs. Potato Head or Potato Head, like. I could never tell who was what. I was always like putting the mustache where the cock should be and like putting an arm on his foot, like
classic comedy.
Just, dude, totally. And being like, "Hey, mom, look, it's fucking, he's got a cock nose and a mustache wiener," you know. And she's like, "That's not what I bought it for. You're definitely not going to graduate high school." Look at his pubes, mom. Yeah. But I don't know. Do you feel like when people go, and this happens on probably every fifth, press type of interview where they're like, "It's got to be tougher now for comedy, right? What can you even talk about?
Yeah.
Can you even do a Dr. Seuss joke anymore?"
Right, yeah.
How do you guys feel about that?
Dude, I don't even care. I'm not big enough to care. Like, I hope I get canceled, honestly. Just
That's a good answer, by the way, because I feel that way too. I'm like, I'm not at a level where people are hanging on my every word.
Yeah.
And
did you hear what Adam Ray said about Jews?
I mean, well, okay, Temple Beth Am in Seattle would actually, that's a bad example. My mom would take whatever soundbite and email it to my rabbi and his wife, who's a rabbi, and that would go to rabbi.com.
Canceled by your own community?
Yeah.
Shit, that'd be
Agent
rough.
dropped
Canceled by your own
immediately, dude.
community is a really bad way to go.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
When
Your
your
next
hometown
hour, I thought.
turns on you, canceled by your own community.
You know what was interesting about what you were talking about? Like, like let's match the character with, I guess, like the ethnic background or whatever,
Yeah.
or gender background. Like, you're playing Vince McMahon in Young Rock.
Yeah.
Is Vince McMahon Jewish?
I don't know.
So you're stealing our roles, dude. You're stealing our white guy roles. Come on.
Cool. I like that twist. I like that
Hot
twist.
take.
Cancel me right now. Please cancel me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's an angle for everything, right? There's a way to try to extrapolate. Is that the word?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good word.
You ever
That's
say,
I'm not the
you
guy
ever
for
say,
words.
But you ever say a word where you go, whoop, it's coming down the
hang on
pipeline,
now.
and you go, sounds right, feels right, haven't said it ever, and here we go. Trying it out for the first time.
like that
Got
one.
it. Yeah. New word, come on down.
Get ready for your set tonight. A lot of extrapolation going on.
But I'm not a big, like, people that use words that they don't use all the time for this. I do like picking up new words and throwing them in the rotation, because everyone should have at least a little bit deeper catalog of, like, things to, and I'm not saying to go out of your way to be the smartest guy in the room. I do have friends, I'm sure we all do, where they're saying words and you're like, nobody uses that.
Yeah.
Ever.
What are you talking
fuck
about?
You.
Archaic? What?
I mean, yeah, or I can't, Jimmy,
Give us a word, Jimmy.
give me one or two words.
Jimmy the Foot's over there. We need a word. Verbose.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah. That
don't
sounds
like
like
you.
something he'd say, right? Look at
Sounds
him.
like somebody wine tasting, maybe. It's like, got a verbose.
Yeah.
Finish, do it.
100%.
What do you say all the time with juxtapose?
Juxtapose.
That's
I do
not
like
bad.
that
I
word.
think you
But
can
it's
use
like
that.
every other sentence.
Oh,
dude.
gotcha.
It's
Yeah.
like-
Okay, come on, man. It's not even like that.
You
Like,
use it like they, them, dude.
I
It's
don't like
that's
how
your new
you're
pronoun.
juxtaposed with Adam on
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
That's
yeah,
bullshit,
yeah.
dude.
You juxtapose it right now. I always answer those things with, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to push the envelope to isolate the crowd to begin
Right.
with.
Yeah.
Trying to just be silly and give an escape. But then there are certain things, and you guys probably find this true as well, where you can't, you're not immune to talk. You get to a point, hopefully, where your voice or your point of view is conditioned enough to be able to, like, something happens and you have a reaction to want to either talk about it somehow or write a joke about it. Like, we were just, Dave and I were just talking about, people who don't have, like, vices.
Yeah.
And, like, don't,
Yeah.
whether it's not drinking or smoking. And for a while I was like, I don't know if I trust somebody who's never done it. Like, people that have started and stopped get it, because, some people just aren't, certain things happen whether you started early or a couple events strung
Sure.
together.
Maybe you
that.
overdose 6 times. That happens
Fake a
to all
seizure.
of us.
Put a pin in that. Fake a seizure. Fake a seizure. Order a Caesar. Yeah, But the people who have never, I just we just
It's
both
weird,
got on the
dude.
same thing of like and you said a great thing, which was like you need that. What was it, like a momentary?
You need to escape from reality.
Yeah.
every now and then. Yeah.
Briefly, and that's not saying like, oh, every 6 months get blackout, but like, I don't know, every 3 months, even the people that are like, I like to have a glass of wine with dinner, it's fucking good. Like, and I don't, just
Those
to kind of
those verbose motherfuckers.
those verbose bastards, just step outside of yourself for a minute, get a little more clarity by, even if it's getting a little high, a couple puffs, just so you can
Yeah.
like feel that. Just step outside yourself and maybe look at your own life with a different set of eyes, which I think is never a bad thing. But the analogy that we jammed on was like, you're playing Super Mario Brothers. Imagine playing the whole game without ever obtaining superpowers or extra incentives. Imagine just walking
through a course.
Yeah, Dave goes, you're never gonna punch a question mark box. I was like, you're never gonna grab a raccoon leaf or a fucking lick a mushroom cloud. Like, you get every now and then you gotta do a couple things like that just to go like, all right, like, oh, fucking, the toadstool is like not my type. But like, fucking, I don't know. I got up into these clouds and he's here for a reason. Maybe we
Should've gone
should
down
scissor.
that pipe,
Yeah.
but you know what? It was
Yeah.
an experience.
Oh, dude, going down the wrong pipe. Exactly. It's
Dude.
another.
Smoking the wrong pipe, going down the who knows?
I feel like those people just lose themselves in Christ most of the time. That's what they. That's what, that's
And
what
that's
they
a great
black out
segue,
on.
Joe. Like, Christ is no. I got nothing. I've literally got nothing.
I got some shit to say
Let's
about
plug the
Christ.
rabbi again. Let's do that.
Are you guys super religious?
No.
Yeah.
Are
No,
you?
it's
Are you a religious guy?
Very reform. Make
Okay.
up bar mitzvah.
Like a modernized?
Yeah, I mean, I dig a lot of I like the community aspect of the Jewish faith, but like, yeah, and the core values like being good to people,
Sure.
be a good person. Like, Jews love to fuck.
Do they really?
I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
Whoa.
Oh yeah,
Hot breaking.
sex is very encouraged.
Really?
Family and working hard, like, it's just good people shit. So like that's
Yeah.
why I always was like, oh, cool, but I'm not like. And I, taught at the Sunday school kids from I was like a TA in a class from kindergarten until second grade, and then taught my last years in high school, like second through fifth, to stay with the same class.
You
And
call
was
that
cool.
Sunday school?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like Shabbat school or something? I don't know.
No, I don't think I like your tone, but I think that there's something to be said. No, but just being around
Sabbath school.
that.
That's what I meant.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Being around that was,
Antisocial, not the anti-Semite. Okay,
the anti-Semite
dude?
hour.
Jesus.
Welcome to it, baby.
dude. I mean, that show. There's anytime you say a joke show like that, it's like, dude, someone like Alex Jones is just, or somebody's sitting there.
It's like, somebody get these guys on the phone.
Yeah.
These guys get it.
What's the craziest thing you guys have heard in the last 48 hours?
Ooh.
Whether it's on TV, from a friend, from your head, from your toe.
Dude, okay, so I was in Austin
Yeah.
at Speakeasy doing a little guest spot, and there was a couple girls there that were a little bit too enthusiastic about anal sex. And that kind of weirded me out.
Were
a
you
little
talking
bit.
with them, or did you eavesdrop and then walk over and go, I'm sorry, but I couldn't help but notice you guys were talking about first base. So what is no, how did you yeah. Yeah. Hi, I'm Dave. Well,
Listen,
my friends call me Anal Dave. Yeah, it's a superhero. Yeah, it started in San Antonio. It's it's my wrestler name.
anal Dave.
Wait, what were they saying about it?
They were so I told a joke about anal sex and about
gotcha.
getting shit on.
Oh, so this is post show.
Yeah, and
This happened for real?
yes, for real.
Bummer,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Wow.
dude. Yeah, it's it was like pressurized shit coming out of her butthole while I was still inside of her. So it was pretty intense. Like, it's a pretty intense joke story that I'm telling. And after the fact, they're just like, we love that. We love anal sex. We're all about anal sex. Like, we're with you on that.
They're like, we don't even like recognize the vagina anymore.
exactly.
Like,
dude,
it's
yeah.
kind of a mystery to us. Like, where's the clit? I don't know. I'll show you where my second butthole is, though. And you're like, what does that mean?
Get all up in this prostate. Let's go.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't done it. Have no interest right now. I don't think it's
Never done anal sex.
no, and I'm not putting it off the. It's not crossed off the bucket list, and it is. It's
Like, you want to do it at some point.
yeah, I guess, but it's like
Okay.
you want to. you want to take your kid to Hooters at some point too, right? But like, I'm not in a rush. I'm not like, I don't know. There's a better analogy for that, but yeah.
You know?
That was a pretty good
Yeah.
one though, dude. Because it's like, at what point does little
I
Timmy
want to take
need
my
to
kid to
go?
Hooters at some point. At what point does he need to go? And also, like, the TGI Fridays is fine.
Yeah.
You know? And I know that it sounds like I'm saying TGI Fridays is the vagina of the fast food chain franchise business.
I was about
and it
to
is.
say, like, what?
But Hooters is the butthole. But
Bingo.
no, I don't know. Yeah, just for that reason, actually. For
Really?
the story, yeah, that story sounds traumatizing.
Just getting shit on? Well, I mean, you never
Just
know.
getting
if you might,
shit on. What else has happened where you're like, oh, just a little bit of poop on your dick?
Well, listen,
dude,
here's
you're
the
a
thing,
prude,
man.
No,
When'd
this
you
wasn't
grow
just
up?
on his dick. This like flew on his chest.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying, man.
It was like
Yeah.
a thumb over a garden hose situation, dude.
well, there you go.
just
So-
scat spray.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. But here's the thing.
Still keep in
here's my
touch with
thing.
her?
What's that?
You still keep in touch with her?
No, dude, not at all. Never talked to her
she's
again.
dead.
It was a very awkward situation.
Because
Yeah.
those are the types of experiences that you don't forget and she won't forget. And definitely, if she still lives in the Tonio area, gives you the great opportunity to maybe be strolling out of a bookstore
Yeah.
or a coffee shop.
Just rolling through the
and
grocery
seeing
store. Yeah.
her with her new husband and family.
Yeah.
And you're like, and you both reach
Lock
like the
eyes.
same bottle of Crystal Light.
Is it
And she's
a
just
little bit of
like,
lap?
just a little bit of, and she just goes, and something triggers her where she doesn't even have to look. And she just goes, oh, no. And you go, oh, boy. And you both just see it
Wendy?
all. Wendy, yeah.
Yeah, that was her
and
name,
the husband's
Wendy.
like, hey, do you guys, you guys know
work
each
together
other?
or what?
And now you're both faced to reveal the face
Yeah.
that says, oh, yeah, we do, sweetheart, but you can never know.
Yeah.
And then he has to live the rest of his life just not sleeping, right?
Just wondering.
Finally, how long do you give a guy like that after that goes down before he is just prodding away, laying there maybe what, 2-3 weeks? I'd say a week max.
Oh, yeah.
But he's laying in
Max,
bed
yeah.
and he's just like,
It just doesn't make sense.
wake up. Did he shit on you? Did you shit on him?
I know shit was
I
involved.
know shit was involved.
I know it.
You're gonna wake the kids. I told him to stay at your mom's. My mom's been dead for 40 years. So is this marriage, apparently. We've only been married for 2. Okay.
That will happen
Yeah.
someday. You just put it out into the universe, and it's gonna happen.
Well, that's the comedy of it all.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that I hope that happens for
Well,
you.
here's-
because that's how you get that story to really wrap up.
Oh yeah. If you
Yeah.
want to just put a nice bow on it at
Yeah,
the end.
you got to run into it at some point
I
and
ran
rehash
into
it,
it.
or just do a version of that where what would you say? Like that's even a fun act out of just.
So she was my ride that night, and so after like post shitting on me, she had to drive me home.
Oh, is this in the story?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what was that? What was that post game conversation like?
There was no conversation.
Yeah, okay.
It was mostly just crying.
That's the last time you ever saw her?
Yes. Last time. Never spoke to her
That
again.
makes sense.
And then you go, and then when you get out, did she say sorry for the shit, or did you say, "Hey, it's not that bad"?
Don't
did
sweat
you,
it.
Don't sweat it. Hey, happens to the that was awful. I'm never gonna forget this. It was nice to meet you. Actually, it was terrible to meet you because
I'm going to tell strangers
Yeah,
about this
yeah,
one day.
I'm gonna have a whole bit about this, sweetheart.
oh man,
No, there were literally no words spoken. No words spoken. I got out of the car and just walked away.
that was that.
And then I was out of her life forever.
Wow.
I just rode off into the sunset.
Took her out of your top 8 and shit.
Dude, I met her at the bar. She took me home, shit on me, and then dropped me off, and that was it. Like that was it.
Yeah, that was in your days of.
We were doing a lot of
and
meth
abusing.
that night. Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason,
Okay.
I was on a meth kick. Yeah.
Okay, so well, great point now. So, for those of you out there dabbling in anal, don't let that story deter you. Meth was
Yeah.
involved. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So that's got to be a contributor.
That had to have been some sort of catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
I do like how we went from like you don't trust people who have like never tried things to immediately like I've never done anal and I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
and I have no problem announcing that.
Yeah,
either.
like-
I don't feel like I'm missing the boat, but again, like when things I guess just become boring in that area, then that's
You'll know when it's the right time. It's one of those things.
hilarious.
Like, you know what?
By the way, yeah, I definitely feel like I just paid for the wrong TED Talk. Or Tony Robbins when he's like uncut, like after the lights go down and the VIPs can stick around. He's like, look, you'll know. Look, all right. So anyway, goals. You gotta break your goals here and your weaknesses here and your failures here. And guess what? Flip them around every now and then to see which one matters most. You guys get home safe. Thank you so much. 3, 2, 1. Pew, pew, pew. You're gonna know when it's time to fuck in the butt. You're gonna know. Raise your hand if you've done it. That's what I thought. That's what.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, Tony uncut.
I'm picturing Tony Robbins with his just fucking gigantic smile and just electric personality talking for 30 minutes about anal.
Yeah. Well, dude, that guy could talk about anything, and
you'd listen.
Truly, I mean,
try it.
That Netflix doc was, whoa. Did you
see it?
Yeah, it's worth it. It's just basically showcases a couple of his seminars over a weekend, but some behind the scenes stuff with Tony getting to see how he wakes up and meditates a lot and but that guy's cashing in. Somebody told me they were taking a Zoom course of his during all this.
Okay.
And you think you can pack thousands of people into a ballroom at a La Quinta Inn, but he was fuck. I mean, it was. She said that they made it over 50,000.
Oh my God! On a Zoom call?
Yeah. They somehow it broke Zoom to where Zoom had to be like, we gotta zoom it up, we gotta extra zoom it or whatever. And
Zoom XL,
double
Zoom room,
double Zoom room. Somebody in the pitching was like, how do we take Zoom up? And I was like, we get a double Zoom room. And they were like, all right, you're not fired just because of that. Just because you said that and you smiled and you knew it was funny, Jared. You're not. Yeah,
I need you to ease off the coke.
Yeah,
but,
ease off the coke. But hey, you're in the right direction. Definitely go outside, wipe down, but we get it. But so and she told me like what it costs, and I was like, wow, dude, like talk about a guy who used the pandemic for profit. But also, fuck, dude. I again seeing the doc. Some people think he's full of shit. I am in the mindset of like, dude, life is fucking tough. So like wherever you're getting your fuel to wake up and feel good about the day,
to not kill yourself and
dude, without beating around the bush for sure. Like to feel good about your life and where you're heading and what you're doing. Like if you're getting your inspiration and you're diehard Tony Robbins, it's still everything's fair game to joke and poke and make fun of. And so my friend who took the course, I still was like, like we are like, joshing about him and his, big ass mouth and stuff. But still, I'm just like
those DSLs, baby.
Yeah. But Family Guy did a great thing with him at one point where Peter was like, it was that time I met Tony Robbins or whatever. And then it cut to Tony Robbins at a Burger King and literally like his head, the size of the characters. And then it was like 30 times. The head was like, and the body was still normal. And he was just like, hey, you gonna eat that? Like at a salad bar or something? And it was just the mouth moving, and it was brilliant.
I got to backtrack for a second because that was singularly the best Peter Griffin impersonation I've ever heard. Ever.
Oh, then that's the only one you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've heard
that's
it
very
was good.
low. No,
it was good, but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. No. And I would never even say I do that. Like that's
really?
That was just off the top. Oh, there's a lot of voices that I feel like you can go, oh, I can kind of do that. There's a few that I think I can do really well.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Dr. Phil, like if I were to sit you down, Dave, and go, okay,
my favorite character.
Now there's something that you've done in your life, okay, that not a lot of people have, okay? You've taken drugs, you've received diarrhea, and not in that order. We'll be right back. So that I feel like is pretty spot on.
That's a great one.
But yeah,
great one.
But
you're saying the whole crowd's a bunch of hoes.
Yeah. He said that?
Yeah, with the Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah, bad Barbie.
After she did that, he said,
yeah, she's like, y'all are hoes. He's like, you think the whole crowd's a bunch of
you're
hoes?
saying the whole crowd, okay, these people waited in line, okay, to come see you and your little cunty ass, Can I say that? Are we going to bleep that out? We're live? All right, we'll keep it. We'll edit in some laughter so you can drown out the C. But you are a filthy, stanky little twat. All right, I can't say that either. What's going on? What time is it? We'll cut to commercial. Okay, you stay right there, you fucking bitch. We'll be right back.
They're gonna send that to her. Dude. They're gonna send that to Bad
yeah.
Baby.
There's the clip. That's the preview clip right there. That's
Dude,
fantastic.
there's a couple kids at the Phil show that reached out to me, and they were like, "Hey, man," because I've gotten in, the full makeup for. I did a couple of these like
and everything.
Yeah. I did first I was doing with Jeremiah Watkins. We did like some character podcasts for it, and then I did a couple of these live Dr. Phil lives that was more kind of variety show esque and had Joel McHale and Dana Carvey on and did some interviews and then some games and a lot of audience participation stuff where I was trying to help people out and a monologue up top, and it was great. And we did it at this place. It was one of the first places in LA called In Crowd Comedy, and it was on a sound stage, and they had a big Zoom screen in front of you, but live. So I'm on a stage, but the production value was high, and they really had like 6 cameras. So it's for viewing purposes at home. It was great.
Double Zoom room.
Yeah, double Zoom.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it up.
It's double Zoom room. Double Zoom room. Nah. All right, you don't hear it now. I'll say it later.
I solved it.
Yeah, I solved it. Yeah.
So many business ideas.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But so this kid reached out to me from the show and goes, "Hey man, I posted some clip, and I think it was Dana Carvey and I doing like, if it was called like Famous Debates. It was a game where we'd each do an impression, and then there was a topic. So it was like, the one I can do all right is Robert Downey Jr. So it was like Robert Downey Jr. versus Church Lady on like, what's better, like hugs or high fives. And so he'd do amazing Church Lady, and then I'd be like, well, so personally for me speaking, I feel like if I'm not doing coke, I'm gonna hug because I'm a hugger, I'm a toucher, I'm a fucker, but I'm also a breather and I'm a thinker. But it's like, have you seen Iron Man? Have you seen Iron Man 2? So look, there's a lot of things I do in my personal life. It's not what'd you say? I'm sorry. Who are you? And then so this guy reached out and goes after that clip and was like, I work at the show. We're all big fans of your Phil. And I was like, door open, and I need to reconnect because I was like, has the doc seen it? And he was like, probably not. He's like, he doesn't laugh at himself that as easy as you may think. He's like, but everyone here digs it. And I go, is there any world where I can come on the show and I think somebody told me, the gal who does my makeup for it, who I met on the one season of Mad TV that the CW butchered, and she used to work on SNL, so she's just a gangster, right? I think one of the mustaches I used for one of the Phil things was
his actual hair.
Farley's hilarious. Yeah, Phil's pubes. No, it was Farley's DeBear's mustache.
Oh, nice.
So she's got just all that cool shit, and so she was like, Will Sasso, I think, and Dr. Phil did something back in the day, but that was for a sketch. So I was talking about going on his show to do some sort of me interview him or like looking in the mirror thing is an easy setup.
You know what would be incredibly funny is if they planted you in the audience in full makeup, mic'd you up, and then let you stand up during. And then just
this man's
go
a
back
phony.
and forth.
This man's a phony. This guy's full of beans, full of shit. Okay, and I know some about shit. I've taken it. Okay, I was in San Antonio when I overheard 2 lovely whores. Maybe being in that, maybe asking a question, or maybe something happens where he has to get up and go handle something. So he's like, "Can somebody fill in for me real quick?" I'm like,
beautiful.
"I'll fill in. I'll Dr. Fill in."
Dr. Phil.
Yeah. That's great. And then, but so the guy goes, we're actually concerned about, he goes, I don't know if you could be as blue as you are on the show. I was like, well, dude, easy. Like the times have to host this corporate thing in Arizona for a healthcare company in May. And they're really be clean. And I'm like, yeah, like I take out the F-bombs. I'm not that like edgy, like, and also you got to specify your
You're not
levels
talking
of
about
clean.
scat porn up there. That's the thing.
What we're talking about here. I mean, look, I wouldn't be totally. Funny is funny too. So it's like you read the room. If you see if there's a table, and I told them this, like with one guy and 5 girls, I'm not gonna be like, hey, eliminate, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna, get information and do things, and maybe what I like to do is to really take time and be patient, build the moment by gathering info. So I might be like, well, sir, is this your first time with 5 women ever? Like, now let's say hypothetically, things do go well. Your wife actually texts you mid-dinner tonight and goes, hey, tonight's your night to have a free pass, but only if there's 5 chicks at a healthcare award show. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that, and get into it, and then get people on your side, and then maybe, wiggle in some harsher, like, which one of these women do you think would be the first to I guess, like, who would be your favorite in the group is what I would like go down. Like, let's say it is a gangbang. Like, everyone's got a favorite. You got a favorite kid. You got a favorite, gangbangy. So
Gangbang.
You're gonna get a call when this airs, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, we heard you talking about it, and we're just not sure."
Dr. Phil show.
Etna wants their money back.
We here at the show. Who specifically? Everyone. We played it for the whole room, and it's gonna be a hard no.
Somebody did that. Somebody trolled him. That was like getting Dr. Phil advice. They like shaved their head and like wore a suit and like went on there, and they were like, "Give me advice." And he was just like, "You think this is a joke?"
Well, by the way, that was I did see that, and I didn't give that a lot of consideration because that was like he knows that, right? Like Oh, you think he's not in any meeting where they're discussing future episodes?
Yeah.
I don't know. To completely blindside him like that. Although I mean, I don't know. And then I go devil's advocate. I'm like, well, I didn't hear about it. So was it not big national news? But like, why would it be, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I want Steve Harvey to go on the Dr. Phil show, and they just have like a fucking stare-off mustache contest.
Boy, I would watch them do like a comedians in cars getting coffee type thing, where it's just them.
That's so
Maybe
good.
maybe at an amusement park all day, like riding roller coasters, just together doing something that you wouldn't,
Bald guys on roller coasters.
Oh, that's the other thing too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, great name.
I mean, they're pretty much the white and black versions of themselves.
Oh, for
too.
sure.
Yeah. Both, and they both have like infectious.
And they both look horrifying
energies.
without their mustaches.
Oh, I haven't seen without.
Horrifying.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, most people do. I remember when my dad first shaved his stash. I was just like, "Who the fuck are you?
Don't you dare touch
Get out of my house! Yeah, don't you dare touch mom." He's like, "I'm not. I'm leaving. That's actually why I shaved it." I was like, "Oh shit! This is how you're dropping the bomb."
I met
All right.
5 ladies at a healthcare conference, and I'm leaving.
Dude, nice. I did meet this guy this morning at a hybrid wrestling school. Have you heard of it?
Oh yeah, River City Wrestling.
Yeah,
I believe
shout out
it's-
to
yeah.
them, man.
Yeah.
I'd never seen the real wrestling practice rehearsal.
You be the judge.
They are man, it was legit and crazy to see them casually just bouncing off the ropes. I mean, let me kind of do a couple moves where they made me feel real cool about like knocking them down. And it was like I mean, if I was taking a girl on a first date, that would be the move, to have wrestler buddies to be like, let me like come in the ring and pretend to fuck you guys up and like whatever.
Or even just on the streets.
That
Oh,
would
yeah.
be
Just like, hey,
better.
snatch her purse. I'll clothesline the shit out
Oh
of you.
yeah.
Like,
That's a great idea.
Just make sure there's some tables and chairs nearby.
I want to give a shout out to the make sure there's some sort of like a PTA banquet or something. There was the Flamingo King I met. Shout out to the Flamingo King. There was a guy named Drew Who, which was like a take on the Riddler. It was a lot of question marks.
Oh,
and I go, Drew Who? He goes,
yeah.
yeah. He goes, because like who? He goes, but he also have with me. You're like what, where, when? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go on to the next guy. And you are
You're like, hack.
No, he was exciting, and then there was and then the last one was Dave the Kid or Dave Kid, and he like his outfit looked more like a roller rink DJ, but his moves were legit, and then there was the head boss. Guy was in a full yellow banana yellow suit and a big Randy Johnson mullet, and he kept wanting to do these. It was very adorable. He was like definitely a huge wrestling fan and was like, can we do all these like side videos of like me like meeting Vince McMahon and stuff? And so, but for the last one, I like just was totally not in character. So he'd be like, Vince, he's like, thanks for coming down, man, blah, blah. I go, yo, dude, you got to, my name's Adam, dude. I'm playing a guy on TV. You got to fucking get some help, man. Like, and then he was like, wait, what? And I was like, no, I'm sorry. We'll do it again.
Which one had the star power?
What's that?
Which one of those guys do you
Ooh.
think could make it?
Like Doctor Who or Dave the Kid. Like
It was Drew Who.
Drew Who. Sorry.
We
Sorry,
know a guy
Drew.
named Drew Blues.
He's also a character.
Yeah. I don't know. The Flamingo King.
That's
Flamingo King.
He looked the most like a wrestler.
Was it like
Yeah.
a Joe Exotic type situation for the Flamingo King?
Kind of. Man, goatee, long. I mean, you think of wrestling, especially when I feel like we're all in the same, time zone, and it like like that crazy hair and like
Part of it.
yeah. So like sweaty, like wait, like the like all that shit, like added to the character for when I think of the good old days. And so he had that going on, and yeah, he's just his voice too. I try to get them to do some like really crazy promos, and that's the thing too that you go, man, that's an acquired skill set. Even like comedy, where you're like, if you first time you're hosting, you're like want to think that you can just do a really great intro for whoever you're bringing up, but you're like, oh man, this is the first time I've done the. You guys ready to have some fun? So you're definitely like, all right, man, it's gonna be a fucking great show. Make some fun noise. And you're like, God, I'm not comfy doing that.
That sounded just like Joey hosting. That was
yeah,
crazy.
It's pretty
You're
close,
definitely
man.
hosting tonight if that's how you do it.
Hell yeah.
There's
man.
a real quick host story. This comic named Brett Pelicano. I don't know if he still does it. He'd only done stand maybe 4 times. My buddy Mark Sartell and I were putting on a show at the Irvine Improv. It's maybe 2012, 2013. And he's like, can I come on the show? We're like, Brett, you've barely done stand up. But he's a real sweet kid and just, full of life and calm. And he was like, I can bring like 80 people. And we were like, well, hell yeah.
Damn.
Like, there's a Tuesday night at 8. We're like, all right, we're dum-dums if we don't let you
Money
on.
talks, baby.
And,
Yeah.
dude, and he brought about that. And it was because he hadn't done stand up. So we brought everyone in Orange County that had ever known him and was still supporting him at this stage in life. And so he gets up there and he got trashed. I mean, drunk and very high, but still so likable. His giggle, his demeanor, like everything is in the right direction. But he gets up there and he's bringing up, man, I want to say maybe it was Ben Glebe, and he gets up there and he goes, all right, guys, and he's trying to do some crowd work, and it's just not going well. He's just like, where'd you get that at? I don't know. I came with you. I know where you got. You told me in the car. You fucking
Lives for less, obviously.
Yeah. So just bombing, and then he goes, all right, you guys ready for next guy? This next guy, he's and then so you're like, all right, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know the guy's name. He doesn't even know the credits. He didn't get any info. So he just goes, you know what? This guy's hilarious. He's one of my favorites. He's a fan favorite. He's a super fan favorite. Keep it going. Keep it going for the one and only. And then you just see him pause, and you're like, oh, he doesn't know his name. So he just goes, my man. And I was like,
good save,
I
though.
wish that.
Good save.
1,000%. Like, Mark and I are in the back of me. All right, there's a lot of different ways that could have gone. And to at least say something and still have he still brought, at the end of the day, he was like, all right, who am I? I'm Brett Pelicano. What do I do? I bring joy to people. What do I do when I'm real fucked up? I forget a lot of stuff. How can I use all of those to my advantage? And so, my man. And and guess what? He still did it in the way of da-da-da-da-da. So people were like, all right, yeah, my man, who's that?
That was the
his-
cadence.
must be
That
his
was our
character.
signal.
Yeah.
It's like a secret show.
We'll find out who he is when the guy gets up there. But we know that this guy likes him, so.
We actually don't know if he's here yet.
Is he still doing the thing? Is he still doing the thing? That's the real
lives
question.
in Italy now. He was,
tight. All right.
yeah, you know how you just lose touch with people.
You know how you moved to Italy and joined the mob,
life.
you know.
Oh man, who knows? Yeah, but that wouldn't surprise me. He always is one of those guys that you know from being around at comedy clubs, but you don't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a lot of comics relationships, right?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Jeremiah Watkins. We know him, but
Oh, you don't know.
yeah.
Oh, you don't know the real shit that goes on in that deep-seated Midwest Kansas City red. I had a gun since I was. No, he's a great guy. No, he's great. Yeah, I did see him post a picture though at one point. I think he did have a gun in a picture, or maybe it was I think it was a joke though. It was on Christmas Day, and he was holding a gun, and one of those things where you forget where someone's from, and you go, oh yeah, like that is consistent with the Missouri region.
Well, my first exposure to Jeremiah Watkins, his social media, was a picture he posted in a thong. That was the first time I ever looked at
How did
his
that pop up?
Dude, I don't even know. I was probably searching for, hot guys and thongs or something like that, And there was Jeremiah Watkins, but I already knew who he was.
Yeah.
I'd met him.
Oh yeah, he just he does so much and just has a lot of weapons at his disposal. So
Including that ass.
Was that your Instagram that he did a takeover with and did that?
No, it was some model guy. Definitely not Adam.
No, I thought it was another comic.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, is that guy a comic?
I don't know. He just said that the other guy was just like, "Hey, you're fucking with my money. We got to take that picture down."
gotta-
And
stop this right now.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
He's about to have a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any day now, actually.
Little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just did a video about putting together a high chair, and I was like, wow, he's
Yikes.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like, dude, the content is starting to level out.
Gonna be making Disney films
Oh,
next year,
God.
dude.
He'll crush it though. He's
for
that's
sure.
the thing too about getting to jam with him more during this pandemic, especially and just having more life chats. And you're like, oh, cool. There's a kind fella in there that I think is going to
Jeremiah's
crush
the
the
best.
dad game.
Kindest dude in comedy,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Yeah.
But smells awful. No.
Maybe a little too kind.
Yeah. Be kind to your armpits.
Kind
Those are the
butt.
types of like rumors like that where they're like not, they don't do enough, like, you know, they won't cost you a show.
Yeah, it's like not
Yeah.
damaging.
It's not Me Too level, but
Yeah.
it's like it you know, Stranger will make the rounds more
it's
so.
gonna sow
Yeah.
a seed of doubt, and people are just gonna be like,
Maybe
Why
I
does
don't
he
need to
smell
stay
bad?
for the meet and greet. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I
Which
don't know if I
honestly
wanna
might
touch
be a
his
good
merch.
move.
Or the
honestly.
look, or when like they see at a club, like instead of like them walking over, they just see and then they go, I hope he doesn't look at me. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
Hey, what up? I'll be over there in a second. You know, there's a lot more of that coming your way.
Look, he waved with his elbow.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean?
He
Like, they
knows.
knew,
He
yeah.
knows. Yeah.
let's go ahead and wrap then. Let's do that. I'm gonna.
Is that cool?
Yeah,
I mean, I
dude,
could do another
bro, this
hour,
was
but yeah,
fucking
I think we got a lot in.
phenomenal.
We packed a lot in.
Oh,
right?
dude, it was
That was fun,
great.
dude.
You were phenomenal. That's why I introduced you as the amazing Adam, which I think you should start doing from now on.
Well, there's already well, no, but there's
Well, first of all, no,
yeah.
absolutely not.
You know what? I mean, there was remember my mom, she gave me condoms. No, she did actually. I'll talk about
That's
it
a
on
cool mom
stage.
right there.
Well, a single mom. It's a single mom move when you're
Yeah.
just
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
I
Yeah,
don't know what I'm supposed to do and not do. So is it time for you to use that? And
Did
you're
she
like,
give you magnums?
no, but yeah. Well,
Like-
that's part of the joke. Yeah.
All right.
Are you making me do the joke? All right.
Yeah.
So, psych, come to the show. Wait, this will come out after. Thanks for coming. No, she. What was the point there? Single mom,
Giving you condoms.
give me condoms. Something before
Amazing
that.
Adam.
Oh, she told me because in elementary school there was other Adams in my class, and so for a while it was like one of them was Adam French, then there was Adam Carlton, Adam Ray. So it was just last names, and then people started calling me Ray, and then it was I got to high school and college, and people started calling me A Ray. And it just, and I didn't
Oh, that's dope.
ever say stop calling me that,
Yeah.
but I never went out of my way to do it. So then even in college, friends, parents, nobody called me Adam. And my mom was like visibly bummed because she was like, oh, like, I like the name Adam. And that's why I gave it to you. And like, nobody calls you that. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, well, bitch, you know, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, fucking,
I'm cool. I'm fucking cool.
yeah,
Sorry.
like, sorry, you don't have a, well,
Sorry for
yeah.
partying, Mom.
She actually has a great nickname. Her real name is Carolyn. Her nickname is Puddin'. She's from Oklahoma.
Ooh, that's
Just
a
a
good one.
real Ada, Oklahoma, little,
Edmond,
spunky.
maybe? She from Edmond?
Ada, Oklahoma.
Oh, Ada.
Where's Edmond?
Edmond is like just a little bit south of Oklahoma City. I'd spent some years there.
Oh, yeah.
Real
Locked
fucking
up.
shitty area.
Oklahoma's, I mean, again, it's like where I visited my it's where she's from, so, near and dear. But then it's where her folks we went to visit a lot as kids too. So but it was always like land in Oklahoma City, then 2.5 hour drive to Ada in the middle of nowhere, get some Brahms ice cream, go to the country
Ooh,
club.
Good call. That's clutch. Brahms.
Oh, Brahms was amazing.
Shout out. Sponsor the pod.
Do they really?
No, they should. They should. That's what I'm trying.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do a
Hey,
quick-
Brahms ice cream. Sponsor the pod.
Just say,
Adam
where's
Ray said to.
my Brahms cam?
my Brahms cam?
By the way, that sounds like
That would
something.
be the
Don't cancel me.
worst.
Yeah. But we would go to the country club and play bingo. That was always my favorite thing to go. It was like, all right, you're going to Grandma and Grandpa's this week. Ah, fuck, because Oklahoma is like, oh, bingo, and I get to be around their other senior citizen friends. There and there. This is probably what 1990. I guess we went there for like when I was 90, so 8 through maybe 13. They were living there, and then moved to Tulsa. And so, but when like 8, 9, 10, playing bingo around these people that are in their mid 60s, 70s. And there was this one time we're playing, and I'm this little fat kid, and a couple of the people that are playing are already just like, fuck this little fatty. This little fucking kid's already eating more of our snacks at the buffet. He's fucking it's food prizes
Probably
when you win.
cheating.
Probably cheating, probably eating, and so like
Joey never escaped that, actually.
No. I'm the fat kid on the podcast.
Oh,
Like,
you're
like-
fine. You're fine. But the conversations that were happening were, like, I'm so good at blackout, and the husband being like, "You're not good at it. It's just something that happens. They call your number, you cover it with a bean. There's no skill involved. You're just jealous. Jealous of what?" And I'm just sitting there like looking at all this, and so then there was one guy who it was my first time being around a guy with this thing.
Oh, the tracheotomy.
The guy doing this. What is him again?
I was like, I'm from Seattle. He's like,
Yeah, I know what bar.
well, how well do you know the area?
I've been around. My grandson.
I was like, what, Grandpa? You know, and so he lost his thing to do this, the vibrator, and so he's got a little
His throat dildo. Yeah.
his throat. Oh my God, that's the name for it, the throat dildo. And so,
Throat dough.
yeah, from the makers of the Ronco food dehydrator. Hi. Remember when I helped you dry shoestring potatoes, shoestring carrots? Well, now it's time to talk with a little bit more. Having trouble getting all those consonants out? You ever be at a party and you ever in a hot tub and you're like, hey, your guy couldn't. Hey, speak up, throat dildo, put him right there. And so he starts freaking out. We're at the table. It's been this game's probably a longer game, 25, 30 minutes in. And I look down at his board, and most of it's covered, so I'm anticipating a win on his part. And then all of a sudden, he just starts going. So they're like, 35. And then he's like, and I'm sitting there, and like no one's seeing it, so he's like across from me, and I'm sitting next to him. I'm like, damn it, don't have O's. I'm definitely not winning this round. Look at my grandpa. He's fine. He's great. He's actually been one of the best trips ever. And I'm just looking across from me.
Where's my thing?
Yeah, where's it? And so I'm putting that together, and I'm just like, well, and then a good probably 9 to 12 seconds, and then all of a sudden, and people were just like, oh, hey, are you? And he just goes,
Bingo.
and dude, I fucking lost it. I was like, that was worth it.
Fucking perfect.
And even if I had seen it, I probably would have been like, just to see him search a little longer, because it was the payoff of him grabbing it, attaching it.
Bingo.
Stood up and fucking, even somehow turned the volume up a notch so that it was like, and everybody,
Put it on megaphone mode. And
yeah,
shit.
megaphone mode. Yeah.
Shit.
What if there was a voice box changer for the throat dildo? You know how there was the Kevin McAllister voice
like
changer?
an English lady.
Yeah, if you could, midway through. I wonder if there is now. That sounds like a
gotta
jokey
be.
question.
Or you
but
just
there's-
sound like the GPS voice when you do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Or
Yeah.
Siri. Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Wow, yeah. We'll edit a funnier line, but yeah, but there's something. Yeah, but there's another version of that for sure, Joe. Yeah.
All right. Let's
Kill myself.
No, don't.
He's like, don't keep doing bad.
That's what stops you, by the way.
Keep
You're going,
bombing.
no, don't, man. Hey,
Like Vince McMahon told me not to do it.
Adam Ray, where can we find you online?
Oh, man. Adam Ray Comedy on Instagram and Twitter. AdamRayComedy.com for tour dates and all the goodies. All my merch is up there. Let's see. I've got a all crowd work album that just came out called "I'll Take
Hell
It From
yeah.
Here." Young Rock every Tuesday on NBC, 8
Boom.
p.m. And
This guy's famous as shit.
I think that's
Crazy.
it for now. Oh, Crossing Swords season 2, I believe, comes out in May on Hulu. It's from the guys that do Robot Chicken. It's like a medieval times filthy stop motion show. Seth Green,
Actually, really
Tony
enjoyed it.
Hale.
I hung out with him in
Yeah, it's
Vegas.
great.
Cool guy.
Seth Green?
Seth Green.
Oh, he's very
hung out with
cool.
him and Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin was
Whoa.
out of it.
Yeah.
Another
Another gangster, man.
He's like,
Pretty
can I tell you a
wild, yeah.
secret about Michael?
And of course, you've got a ton of shows coming up. You're going to be
A lot of shows. Oh, going to be at in Austin at Vulcan
Yeah.
Gas Co. End of March, and then KC, San Diego, Vegas. It's all
doing
there.
the damn thing, dude.
Just
You're
trying to
all
do it
over
as
the
much
place.
as possible, and maybe put out something a full hour or something
Maybe
soon.
slip in some time for anal sex, between shows.
Probably not.
All right, well,
But
a
I
boy
love
can dream.
I love that. I feel like if you and I don't see each other for another year, you're going to
That'll be the
open with
first.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. That will be so. Adam, you tried the butthole yet?
Yeah, and it'll be a hard no,
It'll
but still be a hard no.
Please stop asking.
Or if he
me,
just
actually.
doesn't remember who you are, you're gonna be like the asshole guy.
Yeah.
You're just
I got
like-
shit on.
Yeah,
Remember?
dude. And I'm somehow with the girl that he did it with. And I'm like, dude,
When
I
he's
told
on
you
your
that this
arm.
might happen, and now you're doing it with her.
You're like, how long am I supposed to
Yeah.
sit on this now?
Joey the Fuck Smith,
Yeah.
where can we find you?
AdamRayComedy.com.
There
Buy
we go.
tickets.
Dude, double plug.
Double plug.
take
dude.
it.
That's the
Double
thing.
Zoom, double plug. Let's go, baby.
Double Zoom. We got it.
I'm Davey Jackson. You can find me on social media at Davey Jax, DAVEY. JAX. Jimmy the Foot Smith, thank you for being here. Hey, thanks to Alamo Distilling Company for sponsoring the pod. Thanks to SATX Rated. This has been the Antisocial Hour, brought to you by Big Laugh Comedy Network. It's gun time, baby.
Gun time. I thought Vince McMahon was coming. I'm so mad right now, dude. What the fuck?
I did do this. First of all, sorry and fuck you, but I did. You're fired. You know?
Fuck yes.
I